Hello, welcome back to Iran Travel Guide. You're joining us as we're traveling west along this coast of the Caspian Sea, from Ramsar towards Lahijan. And on the way we stopped to find this very special place.
Yes, this is a very special place. It's a burial place of one of the most famous dervishes of this country, Sheikh Zahed Gilani, who was from the same province of Gilan, where we are at the moment there.
Yes, he died over 600 years ago, and this structure was built around 100 years after his death, so 500 years ago, to celebrate the life and the teachings that he had as his dervish teachings, and that influenced later dynasties.
And something very important about this place is the architecture. In north of Iran, the architecture is very different. So we have the villages, the style of the villages architecture, but this place has its own special architecture. It is very beautiful, and it's also very different from whatever you've seen so far.
Yes, it is. I mean, what we've seen in Persia so far has been lots of curves, what they call tourange. We saw a lot of this in Shiraz. But this one has much more straight lines, diagonals, and broken lines.
Yes, and also the terraces in front of the building has also been made in a square or rectangle forms.
So it's a really different sort of cultural background which this area comes from, and this area is special for.
Yes, and Sheikh Zahed Gilani, who was one of the most famous dervishes here, it's been said that he was the master of Sheikh Safiuddin Erdbīli, who his resting place is in Erdebil, one of the most famous places in Iran, and something that all the tourists know about it and they go to visit that place.
Yes, one other thing we can see about the architecture here is how it's built to withstand a different type of heat. The heat here is not just the heat of the desert, it's not dry air. It's next to the Caspian Sea, which is behind us, just out of shot here, next to this coastal plain, just on the foothills as we go up into the mountains. So it's a very humid environment, and that requires a different sort of architecture to protect from the heat. And we can see how that works here with the big dome, the 8-sided dome, which funnels air through it to create a breeze.
And also to protect the building from the rains, from heavy rains of the north of Iran. Because of the rains, because of the humidity of this area, it is very easy to get this kind of places to get destroyed.
Yes. So come with us as we have a look around. We're going to take you inside and show you a bit about the thing.
If you're interested in Iran history and the art of this country, you definitely have heard about art of the tile works, as you can see in the background. Tile works has a very special role in Iranian architecture. So I just want to ask you, interviewing you, what do you think? Because like art of the tile works like this in Iran, it's very unique.
Yes, it is.
And it's not something that you can find it in any other places.
No.
So what do you feel when you see that?
I mean, it's very nicely done, of course. I mean, there's that element there, which means that it's very beautiful. But what I find most interesting about it is how it's not just for decoration, you know, just to show off, but it's everywhere. You know, you see it in people's houses, in the bazaars, in the churches, in the mosques, or everywhere has the tile works. Different styles exist, and they're interesting to kind of see the regional varieties. But it is just everywhere, and that's what's amazing for it.
Yeah, and there are many different styles of tile work in Iran. It depends on where you are, which period of time, which side of the country.
Can you tell me which tile work?
Yeah, what you can see, actually this place has been renovated a couple of times, but also what you can see, this is called the 7-color artwork, tile work. As you can see, the colors of these tiles are 7, and the design, it's a bit different from the original one because the shapes, the forms are less round and there are more broken lines, even in this ones.
Yes,
it's very unique, and belongs to this area.
Great. No, I mean, it's really nice. It gives a kind of character to the area and gives a character to all of the buildings we see. It's something which does make things more interesting and is used to sort of just give everywhere a bit of a special feeling, a unique feeling of what this place is as compared to somewhere else. I suppose an expert, for example, could tell just by looking at the tile work where he was in the country. History and the culture as well.
So hope you enjoyed this place. Stay tuned because there is more to come from this show.